Today I'm going to talk about a little bit of nostalgia. So I don't know what got me back into thinking about 40k. I think somebody said there was a new edition coming, and that's always like, do I jump in again? Point. Certainly not. I'm not talking about tournament competitive type play, just like casual popcorn games. Anyway, got me thinking. So I dug out my Blood Angels, which have been in a box now since 2007, probably. I won a little 12-player league at Selwig in South London using Blood Angels, and yeah, I had quite a lot of fun with them. Really badly painted, really badly based, but brought me some joy seeing them again. And I thought, oh, let's have a look at the rules. You get quite a lot of free stuff from GW, which is not like them. You get core rules, and you can get access to list builders, so you can get most of the way there without ponying up any money. Thank God. So what I was doing, I was trying to build some lists, and I kept building lists, and I was going, but I'm not. I changed the formation, like the setup of a attack squad. Nothing's happening. The prices aren't changing. Turns out, some evil genius decided to remove the price of upgrades. Hmm. We'll talk a little bit about about that in a second. But just so you can see this in action, we got a squad of 10 naked Marines here. So they used to be up 15 points a model, they're 14 points a model now, whatever. So we've got 9 tank Marines and a sergeant with just a bolt gun and a bolt pistol, whatever. The same 10 tactical Marines, if I give the sergeant a plasma pistol and a thunder hammer, I mean, that was expensive, that upgrade. I mean, you're looking at 50-point upgrade there, I would have thought. Las cannon, don't know, 25 points. Plasma gun, 15, 20 points. So we've given nearly, I don't know, it could be getting towards 100 points of upgrades. Still the same price, 140. Land Raider Redeemer. So I think that comes with a couple of, it used to be heavy flamers, flamestorm cannons they're called here, and assault cannon. And you can take the same thing and give it everything. Hunter killer missile, multi-melter, storm bolter, chuck it all in. Same price, 270. So what does that do? What does that do? Well, it means that you just got to assume every vehicle's got every upgrade possible, and you're going to build your tactical squad. Certainly, if you're building a new army, you're going to build all your squads with the maximum amount of shit it can fit in. And your poor old tactical marine with bolt guns, he's just. I mean, now you've got to take 10 at least. So if it was 5, it'd be even worse. And what I'm going to show you in a second in one of my other armies, Death Guard, how bad life's got for a regular Death Guard Marine. So the Death Guard Marines here, 5 Plague Marines, bog standard naked unit, 95 points. The same unit. Champion, we can give him a plasma gun or a plasma pistol, power fist. We've got an icon of despair on one of the Marines. We've got 2 heavy weapons and a special weapon. Same price. I mean, that could be like double its value if you're actually paying for the upgrades. And what it does mean is, as battle line troops are the only things that can take objectives, I think, or certainly they work better for objective taking, and so you're going to be taking quite a lot of them. There really isn't any reason if you're playing. No, I'm not talking about competitively. If you're just playing with a brain and you're buying new stuff, why would you build just 5 Plague Marines with bolt guns when you can have a fully tooled out five Marine squad for the same points? It just doesn't make any sense. And what this really does do is punish people like who've had armies, like me. I've got 2, 3 armies in the past, and you get them out of the box and you go, well, I can play with them. There's nothing in game that's stopping me playing with them. I can just roll my Plague Marines with bolt guns because I've got them. But if I come against anybody that's using like a modern list build, they're going to be completely fucking out punched, aren't they? I mean, you've got literally no punch compared to the amount of punch in the new build. So that's going to force you eventually to just buy a new army and then build it in this way. And then maybe they switch back in the future. Maybe it's like a switch and bait, and they make you start paying for all the fucking upgrades. And now suddenly you can't afford hardly any of this shit, because what this has done is I would have 10 Plague Marines in old money for the price of this tooled up 5 Plague Marine unit. And that there comes a balance. Would I rather have 10 naked Plague Marines or 5 fully tooled up Plague Marines? And the answer is I'd probably take 10 naked Plague Marines, which is what everybody would have done back in the day, because numbers mattered, resilience matters, Just still dies. And if you only got 5, everything that dies is going to hurt because you're not putting anything solid. I mean, everything you lose here in the 5 tooled up dudes is going to cost you something that means something. It doesn't mean anything points wise. But because you're not paying for any of it, it's kind of making you take all the good shit in your squads. And I just hope to God that they don't switch it back to the other way in future. Say, oh, we tried that way and we didn't really like how it played in game, so we're going to go back to the old way where you have to pay for all the upgrades. And then you're fannied because now you've got a load of stuff that you just wouldn't want to use because the squads are just too expensive for what they bring. But when you're not paying for the upgrades, why would you not? You're actually, if you think about it, the modern game, if you're playing, we used to play 1,500 points, but you play 2,000 points now and everything's a bit cheaper anyway. And you could be getting your entire points again free, bulked on. So you get like 2 lots of your points because you're paying for the dudes and then all the upgrades come free. Evil genius, those GW bastards. But so if you're thinking about going back into 40k, what I would say is either play with somebody who's got the old shit like you and is not interested in rebuilding, or you're going to end up having to, at some point, you're not going to want to, but you're going to end up having to either try and rebuild your lists if you've got big enough stuff to draw from. Say you've got like a massive army and you could afford to cut your tax squads up, and instead of having 6 tax squads now, you're going to take 2 tooled up tax squads and throw away all the bolter dudes or the Nurgle dudes or whatever. Then you probably make it do. But if you had only like a 2,000 point army, this is going to be fucking crushing. Because where are you going to get the stuff to match the stuff you'd already done however many years ago? Anyway, GW, those evil monsters. So that's the end of this video. If you're interested, I'm not sure I'll play. If I do play, I'll probably play the campaigny crusade thing if I can get some traction in that. Maybe I'll try and do it at the bunker early next year. But anyway, till next time.